You are not in a room. You are suspended in a vast cathedral beneath the ocean. The water moves slowly around you like thick silk. Each strand of your hair drifts weightlessly, caught in the gentle rhythm of the deep. Above you, towering spires of living coral stretch toward distant light. They hum with quiet power, a low vibration that soothes every part of you. This is their song. The sound flows through the water, wrapping around your body like a soft blanket. It pulses at 432 hertz, a tone that aligns your breath and slows your thoughts. Your heartbeat begins to match this rhythm. Deep, steady, calm, like waves returning to shore. You do not need to move. You do not need to think. Just let yourself sink deeper into the embrace of the water. Feel its warmth surround you, soft and endless. The walls of the cathedral shimmer gently. Bioluminescent veins pulse along the stone, casting blue and green light across your skin. Each glow fades slowly, like a whispered lullaby. There is no time here, only presence, only stillness, only peace. Let go of everything else. The water cradles your head, lifting it slightly with each breath. Your shoulders relax. Your arms float beside you, weightless and free. Listen to the hum of the coral. It carries ancient wisdom, a memory older than language, older than thought, deeper than sleep. Let it wash over you, this sacred frequency, aligning your cells, restoring balance within, healing what has been tired. Your eyes may close now, or stay open. It does not matter. Vision blurs softly in the dim light, as if seeing were just another form of dreaming. The water moves around your chest, rhythmic and patient, breathing for you when you forget how, carrying away tension, one gentle wave at a time. You begin to sink further, not falling, but descending into layers of calm, each one deeper than the last. The light above grows softer, dissolving into ribbons of gold and silver. They twist around you, warm and familiar, like hands guiding you home. You are held perfectly, by the ocean, by the silence, by the resonance of 432 hertz, which flows through your bones. Let your legs drift apart. Allow them to float freely. Release all effort, all control. Surrender completely. The coral continues its song, low and continuous, a melody without beginning or end. It reminds you that you belong here, in this space between worlds. Your breathing slows, matching the tide. Each exhale releases more of what you no longer need. Each inhale brings healing from below, from the heart of the sea. You feel lighter now, even though you are sinking. The weight of worry melts away, dissolving into particles of light, scattered by the current. The walls of the cathedral pulse again, gentle and radiant. They remind you that you are safe, protected by something vast and loving, something that knows your name. Let your mind wander or remain still. Either way, you will find rest here in the depths. The water wraps tighter around your waist, pulling gently downward. But there is no rush, no pressure, only guidance. You are being led somewhere, not by force, but by trust, by the pull of harmony, by the call of stillness. The coral hums louder now, its voice clearer, more intimate, as if it were speaking directly to you, telling you secrets only the deep can know. Your fingers brush against smooth stone, cool and alive, covered in soft moss that glows faintly under your touch. A small miracle shared in secret. You smile without meaning to. The water catches the movement, ripples spreading outward, touching every surface, echoing back to you as warmth. Your body grows heavier now, but not burdened, rooted, grounded in the flow, settling like sediment after a storm. The sound of the coral changes, lower and slower, like the heartbeat of the earth itself, vibrating at the perfect pitch to bring you fully into alignment. Your thoughts become fewer, then slower, then silent, replaced by the steady thrum of life below, the pulse of the sea. You are becoming part of this place, not lost but found, absorbed into the rhythm, becoming the song. The water lifts your feet now. Your whole body floats effortlessly, balanced between surface and floor, between breath and stillness, between waking and dream. The choral's song swells, a final note, held forever, filling every corner of your awareness, washing over you in waves of golden light. You are no longer separate, no longer alone. You are the cathedral. You are the choral. You are the endless blue. The water holds you now, completely, tenderly, without condition, without end. You have arrived. Wherever this is, it was always meant to be. A sanctuary beneath the world. A place where healing lives. Let yourself rest here for as long as you need. The ocean will wait. The choral will sing. And you will return. Whenever you are ready. Whenever you must leave. This place will remain. A memory in your cells. A whisper in your bones. Until then, float, breathe, listen, be. Let yourself sink deeper into the rhythm of this place, where time has no meaning, and every breath becomes a small eternity unfolding beneath the waves. Feel how the water moves around you, not as something separate, but as an extension of your own body, each ripple a gentle pulse that echoes through your chest. The silence here is not empty, but full, a soft hush filled with the whisper of choral breathing and the distant thrum of stone holding memories older than language. You do not need to move or change anything, because stillness is already within you, waiting to be touched by the slow tide of awareness. Your fingers float weightless and open, like leaves drifting on a breeze that never ends, cool and smooth against the current that wraps around each knuckle. There is no rush, no edge to reach just the steady unfolding of presence, like light filtering down through layers of brine, turning sharp into soft gold. Beneath your feet, the seabed shifts gently under the pressure of your settling bones, letting go one layer at a time, until you rest fully in the embrace of silt and shell. Each grain holds its own story, pressed between moments so old they have forgotten their names, yet still remember the warmth of sunlight before the sea claimed them. Your legs begin to soften not from fatigue, but from recognition, as though muscle remembers what it means to be rooted stretching downward, like branches finding soil after years, suspended in air. The sensation is warm, despite the cool touch of water, above like blood flowing back into limbs long held too tight. Now allowed to expand and settle again. You can feel the pull of gravity, not as force, but invitation, drawing you deeper into connection with the bedrock that hums low and constant beneath all motion. This grounding does not ask for effort, only surrender. A quiet exhale that sends ripples outward from your core, dissolving tension like mist meeting dawn. Now let the breath return not forced, but drawn inward by the rhythm of the ocean itself, rising and falling with the tide that presses lightly against your ribs. As you breathe in the water, seems to shimmer brighter colors, bleeding together in slow motion, like honey poured through glass lit from within. The salt taste lingers on your lips, even though you do not drink it, carried there by osmosis, a reminder that boundaries blur when you stop trying to hold them firm. With each breath you take, the light grows softer, less urgent, more patient, like a mother's hand smoothing worry away without needing words. The air, or what passes for it underwater, is thick and rich, tasting almost metallic, but not harsh, more like licking the inside of a rain barrel left out overnight. Your lungs fill slowly, not with urgency, but curiosity, as if learning to breathe again. For the first time, noticing how easy it feels when nothing pulls against it. Above you, the cathedral rises, its pillars carved not by tools, but by centuries of growth, spiraling upward like thoughts made solid in limestone and living reef. Each column pulses faintly blue, green in rhythm, with some unseen heart beating, far below, sending waves of bioluminescence rippling across the walls like sleepwalking fireflies. You watch them drift past your vision, not chasing anything, just moving in loops and spirals like breath-tracing shapes in fog, then fading back into stillness. The glow touches your skin, leaving trails of warmth behind, like fingers brushing over goosebumps. Without ever making contact, simply being near enough to remind you of comfort. The light doesn't blind or overwhelm. It whispers instead, offering glimpses of beauty without demanding attention, letting you choose whether to follow or remain anchored in calm. And as it moves further up toward the surface, the shadows deepen not with menace, but with promise, like velvet curtains parting to reveal something sacred hidden just beyond sight. Now feel the current wrap tighter around your waist, like arms returning home after wandering too long alone, carrying with it the scent of ozone and seafoam. It smells clean, not sterile, but alive, like rain hitting hot pavement after drought, or the first snow melting on skin warmed by fire. Your stomach relaxes into the flow-releasing knots you didn't know were there, like ice thawing slowly in spring sun without rushing to melt completely. The water carries minerals too, not just salt, but iron and copper threading through like veins in rock, telling stories older than memory written in elements rather than ink. You taste these traces not on your tongue, but somewhere deeper, in the marrow perhaps, or in the space between heartbeats, where truth settles quietly without fanfare. The flavor brings clarity not sharp, but smooth like polished river stones worn down by countless seasons, until they fit perfectly in your palm. Let your head tilt back now, not because you must, but because the angle calls to you like gravity bending slightly to invite rest. The ceiling above stretches impossibly high, lost in shadow, except where the light leaks through catching dust motes that drift like prayers offered silently into endless sky. Those particles move so slowly you could map their paths with patience, mapping constellations in reverse, tracing arcs of peace across the dome overhead. Your neck releases with the movement, letting go of the last bit of strain held unconsciously since waking, or since forgetting to wake at all. The sensation spreads down your shoulders like oil poured over heated metal, cooling everything instantly without shock or sudden change. You realize now that this posture was always meant for you, waiting patiently until you remembered how to fall upward into support. Listen carefully, not with ears alone, but with the whole self, for the hum that lives in the walls and floor, vibrating softly like a tuning fork, struck once and left to resonate forever. It is neither high nor low, but somewhere in between where sound meets silence, and asks permission to exist without disturbing either side. The frequency wraps around your skull, nestling into the hollow spaces behind your eyes and along the curve of your jaw like a scarf knitted from pure tone. You don't hear it so much as feel it pressing gently against your eardrums, then slipping inside to vibrate through bone and fluid until every cell hums too. The pitch does not fluctuate or waver. It remains steady like a heartbeat measured in decades, rather than seconds marking time, not by ticking, but by being. And in that steadiness, you find a kind of home, not built, but grown like coral branching out from a single point of origin, reaching endlessly without ever leaving center. Your hands begin to open wider palms facing upward, as if expecting gifts dropped from the sky, though no such thing will come. Instead, what arrives is the sensation of receiving, the feeling of being worthy simply by existing without proving or performing anything at all. The gesture is small but profound, like the difference between closing a door softly versus slamming it shut, both ending in stillness but arriving differently. Your fingers uncurl naturally, not from effort, but from memory, remembering what it felt like to trust before doubt learned to speak in questions. The backs of your hands brush against the water's surface, creating tiny rings that spread outward like messages, sent without knowing who might receive them. And those ripples carry something intangible, not emotion exactly, but intention, carried forward by motion until they dissolve harmlessly into the larger pattern. Now notice how your breathing has slowed, not deliberately, but inevitably pulled into alignment with the tide that rolls gently in and out beyond the reach of land. Each inhale matches the rise of the swell, while each exhale mirrors the retreat, leaving space for whatever comes next without clinging to what passed. The cycle repeats not like a clock counting seconds, but like a pendulum measuring depth instead of duration, swinging wide, then narrow again in perfect balance. Your chest expands fully, not from effort, but from invitation, welcoming air as guest rather than obligation, accepting nourishment without resistance. The breath carries more than oxygen now. It brings the essence of the place itself, filtered through coral and sediment, infused with time itself. each intake, you become more porous, allowing the boundary between self and world to thin, until distinction fades into shared rhythm. Feel your spine lengthen not from strain, but from release, stretching upward like a plant reaching toward invisible sun, guided more by instinct than intent. The vertebrae separate, slightly giving room for the current to flow more freely around your torso, like water finding gaps in stone and widening them gently. Tension melts away, not in bursts, but in slow drops like wax sliding off a candle, flame cooled before it hardens again. Your posture adjusts itself without conscious control, settling into a shape that feels inevitable, like a river finding its course after rainfall stops. The adjustment is subtle but significant, like removing a coat you wore for years without realizing it had grown too tight. And with this new alignment comes a sense of belonging, not to any particular place, but to the act of being present itself. Now allow your gaze to soften, not focusing on any single point, but seeing everything at once, like peripheral vision, stretched wide enough to capture horizon and detail simultaneously. The effect is disorienting at first, like looking through multiple lenses stacked atop one another, each showing a different version of reality. But soon the images blend into a unified field, not confusing, but expansive, like standing in the middle of a forest and sensing all trees at once without naming them individually. Colors shift subtly depending on where you look. One moment blue dominates, then green overtakes it before giving way to silver threading through like veins of starlight. Shapes morph slowly under the influence of movement that exists outside linear perception, changing form without losing identity, like clouds reshaping mid-drift. And in this blending, you discover that sight is not about clarity, but immersion, dissolving the observer into observation until seeing becomes a state rather than action. Your heartbeat slows not from fear or illness, but from deepening synchronization with the environment around you, matching tempo with the ocean floor and choral choir. The rhythm becomes a metronome, not keeping time, but marking presence. One beat per breath, one breath per wave, one wave per eternity. Blood flows more smoothly, now not racing ahead nor lagging behind, but maintaining perfect equilibrium, like scales, balanced, perfectly at rest. You can feel each chamber contracting and relaxing in sequence, not painfully, but peacefully, like watching dancers rehearse steps perfected long ago. The pulse creates a subtle vibration that travels through tissue and fluid, echoing off internal structures like sonar mapping terrain known intimately, yet revisited daily. And with each beat, you understand more clearly that life does not require speed, only consistency. And yours has found its truest cadence here beneath the surface. Finally, let your mind settle, not into blankness, but into spaciousness, like a room cleared of furniture to make space for new arrangements later. Thoughts arise briefly, then fade naturally, without clinging or rejection, like birds landing momentarily on a windowsill before flying onward unpursued. The mental chatter quiets not through suppression, but through understanding that thinking serves a purpose, but resting serves one equally important. Silence emerges not as absence, but as presence, full and rich like fertile soil, teeming with potential waiting for seeds yet to sprout. Your consciousness expands gently outward, encompassing not just the physical space, but the energetic atmosphere surrounding it, like aura, extending beyond skin. In this expansion, you recognize that stillness is not stagnation, but completion. A circle closed, not locked, but whole, ready to turn again when called upon. You begin to notice the way your breath moves through your body, like a slow river finding its path. Each inhale brings a gentle fullness to your lungs, as if you are filling with warm honey. The air touches the delicate lining of your nostrils with soft precision, like silk brushing against silk. Your chest rises with quiet authority, carrying this sacred exchange between inner and outer worlds. As you exhale, there is a release that feels like melting snow returning to the earth. The tension you carried dissolves into the space around you, leaving only the sensation of being held. Your heartbeat becomes a rhythm you can lean into like ocean waves against smooth stones. Each pulse carries a message of safety, echoing through your vessels like whispered reassurance. You feel how your blood flows with effortless grace, nourishing every cell without effort. This circulation brings warmth that spreads from your core outward like sunlight after rain. Your muscles remember what it means to soften, letting go of patterns they once clung to. The weight of your body settles into the surface beneath you, creating a perfect imprint. You become aware of how stillness has its own texture, like velvet draped across time itself. In this stillness, small movements happen naturally, without intention or force. Your fingers might twitch slightly, as if responding to music only they can hear. These tiny gestures carry no meaning, except presence unfolding moment by moment. Your eyelids flutter gently, even though they remain closed, sensing light behind them. There is comfort in knowing that even when eyes cannot see, consciousness continues. You begin to sense the boundary where your skin meets the air around you. This edge is not hard, but porous, allowing subtle exchanges to occur continuously. Warmth from within radiates outward, while coolness from without seeps inward. These temperature differences create gentle currents that dance along your surface. You feel each hair follicle respond to these micro changes, standing up, then relaxing. This response happens without thought, simply because your body knows how to listen. Slowly, attention moves deeper past muscle and tissue toward bone and marrow. Your skeleton holds you with patient strength, like ancient trees holding their branches. Each vertebra stacked perfectly one upon another, creating a column of support. Your ribs curve around your heart like protective wings made of living stone. Your pelvis cradles your organs with the tenderness of cupped hands holding water. Even your smallest bones work together in harmony, maintaining structure effortlessly. Now, awareness travels to spaces within your skull where thoughts once lived loudly. These mental territories have softened, becoming more like mist than solid ground. Ideas float past without grabbing hold, no longer demanding attention or analysis. Memories drift by like clouds seen from an airplane window, distant yet clear. Future possibilities shimmer briefly, then fade back into the field of potential. There is peace in watching all these mental visitors come and go without invitation. Your breathing deepens, now reaching down into regions rarely visited consciously. Air fills the lower chambers of your lungs, bringing oxygen to neglected corners. This expansion creates pressure that massages your diaphragm encouraging further relaxation. Your abdomen rises and falls like gentle tides, responding to some ancient rhythm. With each cycle, more tension melts away, sinking into the earth below you. You imagine roots growing from your tailbone, anchoring you firmly yet gently. These roots extend downward through layers of soil and stone, seeking stability. They find purchase in bedrock that has remained unmoved for countless millennia. From this foundation, you draw strength not to push or pull, but simply to be. Your connection to the ground becomes so complete that distinction blurs. Earth supports you completely, asking nothing in return except your trust. This trust grows like morning light, gradually illuminating hidden landscapes within. Above you, begin to sense the atmosphere embracing your upper body like a blanket. Air molecules press lightly against your skin, offering themselves for exchange. You breathe in elements that traveled vast distances just to meet you here. Oxygen atoms that were once part of forests now flow through your bloodstream. Nitrogen particles that danced in storm clouds now help build proteins in your cells. You realize you are made of star stuff, borrowing temporarily from the cosmos. The concept of separate self begins to dissolve like sugar in warm water. Boundaries soften until it becomes unclear where you end and environment begins. Your heartbeat syncs subtly with rhythms present in the room around you. Breathing aligns with patterns of ventilation, barely perceptible, yet undeniable. Your nervous system adjusts its frequency to match the ambient vibrations nearby. This synchronization happens naturally when defenses finally lower completely. You notice how sounds reach you differently, now filtered through relaxed perception. Distant traffic hums like white noise, lulling rather than disturbing. Footsteps echo softly, as if walking on cushions instead of hard surfaces. Voices blend into background texture, losing sharp edges that once caused reaction. Even silence has depth, revealing itself as rich and multidimensional. In this acoustic landscape, you discover new frequencies of inner hearing. Your body temperature stabilizes at a point of perfect equilibrium, neither hot nor cold, but comfortably neutral, like being wrapped in gauze. Sweat evaporates slowly from your skin, creating cooling effects without discomfort. Blood vessels dilate, constrict with intelligent precision, maintaining balance. Your metabolism slows gracefully, reducing effort required for basic functioning. Energy previously spent on stress responses redirects toward healing and restoration. Digestion resumes its natural pace, unhurried by external pressures or demands. Nutrients absorb efficiently through intestinal walls, nourishing tissues deeply. Waste products move smoothly through elimination channels without resistance. Your immune system operates optimally, protecting while remaining calm internally. Hormones regulate themselves according to circadian rhythms, reestablishing harmony. Sleep chemicals prepare gradually for restful recovery cycles ahead. Your mind wanders now through territories once considered inaccessible or forbidden. Thoughts arise like bubbles surfacing from deep lakes, bringing clarity, not chaos. Creative impulses emerge unfiltered by judgment or expectation of productivity. Intuition speaks clearly when rational chatter finally quiets enough to listen. Insights arrive fully formed, needing no explanation or justification. You recognize wisdom stored in cellular memory, waiting patiently for recognition. Emotions surface, now not as storms, but as gentle waves washing over consciousness. Joy flows like warm honey through your chest cavity, sweet, yet substantial. Sadness moves through like cool rain, cleansing rather than depleting. Anger transforms into heat that burns away old patterns, leaving clean ash. Fear dissolves like morning mist, revealing solid ground beneath uncertain steps. Love expands beyond personal boundaries, connecting you to everything present. You begin to perceive how every sensation contributes to wholeness rather than fragmentation. Pain transforms from enemy into teacher, showing areas requiring attention. Tension reveals itself as stored stories waiting to be released through awareness. Numbness lifts like fog, revealing sensitivity previously hidden beneath protective layers. Vibrations travel through your body, carrying information about environmental conditions. You become antenna tuned to frequencies, both audible and beyond human range. Gravity holds you securely, while simultaneously lifting you toward greater understanding. Time stretches, elastic, allowing moments to expand beyond their usual constraints. Seconds become minutes, become hours, in subjective experience without clock measurement. Past and future collapse into an eternal now, containing infinite possibility. Choices reveal themselves not as decisions, but as natural expressions of alignment. Action occurs spontaneously when readiness meets opportunity in perfect timing. You understand now that healing happens continuously, whether noticed or not. Your body repairs itself, constantly rebuilding stronger versions of damaged parts. Mind clears pathways blocked by accumulated debris, making room for fresh perspectives. Spirit reconnects with the source energy replenishing reserves depleted by daily struggles. Community bonds strengthen through invisible threads, linking hearts across distances. Nature offers constant reminders of resilience growth and cyclical renewal. Seasons change not because they must, but because variety enriches existence. Weather patterns shift, reflecting internal climates influenced by collective mood. Celestial bodies continue their ancient dance, providing reliable reference points. Planets align, occasionally reminding observers of larger cosmic orchestration. Stars shine steadily despite atmospheric interference, offering guidance to seekers. Moon phases reflect emotional tides, helping beings navigate inner waters safely. You recognize yourself as part of this grand design, neither insignificant nor supreme. Your role matters simply because you exist within the intricate web of life. Contributions need not be grand gestures, but can be simple acts of presence. Listening deeply to others creates ripples, extending far beyond immediate interaction. Sharing authentic experiences builds bridges spanning apparent differences. Offering compassion costs nothing, yet provides immeasurable value to recipients. Silence becomes powerful ally, supporting reflection and integration of insights. Stillness allows space for answers to emerge naturally, without forced searching. Patience replaces urgency, creating conditions conducive to organic unfolding. Acceptance opens doors that resistance keeps locked shut indefinitely. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into sacred encounters worthy of reverence. Hope arises not as wishful thinking, but as recognition of inherent potential. Peace settles into your being like dust settling after disturbance subsides. This tranquility does not depend on external circumstances remaining static. Rather, it flows from center untouched by surface fluctuations or temporary events. You access this wellspring anytime willingness to return outweighs distractions. Practice makes connection easier, requiring less effort each time. Eventually, presence becomes default state, requiring conscious choice to leave. You feel how completely supported you are by forces beyond comprehension. Universe conspires gently toward your highest good regardless of current situation. Challenges appear not to test, but to teach, revealing hidden strengths. Obstacles dissolve when approached with curiosity rather than opposition. Solutions manifest naturally when mind stops trying to control outcomes desperately. Trust develops organically through repeated experiences of synchronicity. You begin to notice signs everywhere pointing toward alignment with purpose. Coincidences multiply, revealing underlying order beneath apparent randomness. Opportunities present themselves exactly when readiness meets availability. Relationships evolve naturally as frequency shifts, attract compatible energies. Communication improves when speaking from heart rather than head exclusively. Understanding transcends words, flowing through energetic connections. You release attachment to specific results, allowing universe to surprise creatively. Expectations soften, making space for better alternatives previously unimagined. Desires transform from desperate cravings into gentle intentions, guiding action. Wants become aligned with needs, eliminating internal conflict over priorities. Abundance flows freely when focus shifts from lack to appreciation. Generosity multiplies joy rather than diminishing personal resources. You give freely, knowing that giving and receiving operate as unified process. Service emerges naturally from overflow rather than obligation or guilt. Leadership manifests through example, inspiring others without manipulation. Influence works best when invisible, operating through inspiration, not coercion. Power comes from authenticity, not position or title earned externally. Wisdom shared multiplies rather than divides, retaining integrity throughout. Knowledge gained through direct experience proves more valuable than theory alone. Learning learning happens continuously when openness replaces certainty about knowing. Curiosity drives exploration beyond familiar boundaries into unknown territory. Mystery remains attractive rather than threatening when embraced wholeheartedly. Questions become doorways leading deeper rather than problems requiring solutions. Answers reveal themselves in their own time through various unexpected sources. You settle more deeply into this state of expanded awareness, feeling completely safe. Body relaxes, further releasing any remaining muscular guarding or bracing. Mind quiets, completely stopping its habitual commentary and analysis. Breath becomes so subtle that tracking it requires minimal attention. Heartbeat slows to conserve energy while maintaining optimal function. Temperature regulation occurs automatically without conscious intervention needed. You notice how effortlessly systems coordinate themselves in perfect harmony. No command center exists directing operations. Everything simply works together. Intelligence distributed throughout organism maintains health without central control. Cells communicate, constantly sharing information about changing conditions. Tissues adapt fluidly to demands placed upon them, adjusting accordingly. Organs support each other, reciprocally ensuring survival of the whole. Consciousness expands beyond physical container, encompassing wider reality. Personal identity merges with universal consciousness without losing uniqueness. Individual perspective adds color to collective experience rather than separating. Expression finds new forms unencumbered by previous limitations or beliefs. Creativity flows unrestricted by filters that once constrained originality. Innovation emerges spontaneously when mind opens to infinite possibilities. You recognize that awakening involves remembering rather than discovering anything new. Truth was always present, obscured only by layers of conditioning and assumption. Removal of these veils happens gradually through sustained attention and care. Each layer peeled away reveals another glimpse of radiant essence underneath. Light shines brighter as fewer obstructions remain blocking its natural radiance. Darkness transforms from absence of light into fertile ground for revelation. You rest now in profound peace, knowing that all is well exactly as it is. Nothing needs fixing because brokenness never truly existed outside perception. Everything serves a purpose, even experiences labeled negative or painful. Growth requires contrast, providing context for appreciating positive states. Struggle teaches resilience, preparing you for greater challenges ahead. Vulnerability creates openings for genuine intimacy and connection. You accept yourself completely, including aspects previously rejected or denied. Shadow integrates naturally when brought into loving awareness without judgment. Parts once fragmented reunite, forming cohesive whole, capable of unity. Inner child receives the nurturing care needed for continued healthy development. Wounded healer transforms pain into wisdom, available for helping others. Survivor becomes thriver, moving from mere endurance toward flourishing. You embody completeness, recognizing that seeking wholeness externally was misguided. Divine spark lives within, requiring no external validation or confirmation. Source energy flows freely through open channels, removing artificial barriers. Connection to higher self strengthens with regular practice and dedication. Guidance arrives intuitively, bypassing logical processing entirely. Decisions feel right, immediately resonating with core values and truth. You choose to remain present, honoring this moment as gateway to transformation. Integration continues naturally as insights settle into cellular memory permanently. Embodiment deepens, allowing spiritual truths to manifest physically in daily life. Expression becomes effortless, reflecting inner harmony through outer actions. Presence anchors you securely, preventing regression to former limiting patterns. Grace flows continuously, supporting navigation through whatever arises next. You understand now that this journey inward leads ultimately to freedom. Freedom from fear-based thinking that constrains authentic expression. Freedom from comparison that diminishes unique gifts and contributions. Freedom from attachment to outcomes that causes unnecessary suffering. Freedom from identification with temporary roles or labels limiting potential. Freedom from belief systems imposed rather than chosen consciously. You embrace this liberation, fully knowing it came from within, not outside. Responsibility for happiness rests squarely on shoulders without burden. Power to create desired reality lies dormant until awakened through intention. Possibility expands exponentially when limiting assumptions fall away. Potential unfolds naturally when obstacles removed through persistent clearing. You celebrate this awakening, recognizing it as birth of true self. Old identity dissolves like winter snow under spring sunshine, revealing green shoots. New version emerges stronger, wiser, more compassionate, and resilient. Transition period passes smoothly as preparation phase completes successfully. Adjustment happens gracefully as nervous system adapts to expanded capacity. Integration proceeds, steadily integrating higher frequencies safely. Stability increases as new neural pathways establish themselves permanently. You carry this transformed state forward, ready to share its benefits. Service calls to you now, drawing you into a world with renewed purpose. Teaching opportunities arise naturally as others seek similar transformation. Healing abilities strengthen through continued connection with universal source. Leadership qualities develop spontaneously, inspiring others through authentic example. Creative expression flourishes, producing works that uplift and inspire. You honor commitment made during descent into depths of being. Promise to integrate discoveries and apply lessons learned in practical ways. Dedication to ongoing growth ensures continued evolution beyond current limits. Faith in process sustains motivation during inevitable periods of challenge. Trust in divine timing prevents premature forcing of developments. Patience allows natural rhythms to unfold without interference or manipulation. You prepare now to return gradually to active engagement with world. Re-entry planned carefully to preserve gains achieved during this sacred time. Boundaries strengthened through recent work protect vulnerable integration phase. Support network activated, ensuring continuity of nurturing environment. Tools acquired during journey provide resources for maintaining centeredness. Practices established offer reliable methods for returning to center easily. You acknowledge completion of this particular cycle while remaining open to continuation. Journey inward, ongoing process rather than destination reached definitively. Depth paths explored today serve as launching pad for even deeper dives tomorrow. Awareness expanded beyond previous limits, creating space for further revelations. Understanding deepened through direct experience, surpassing intellectual knowledge. Wisdom gained through surrender exceeds what effort alone could produce. You express gratitude for this transformative experience, recognizing its precious gift. Appreciation flows freely toward guides, teachers, and unseen helpers along the way. Thankfulness extends to body, mind, and spirit for cooperating fully throughout. Recognition given to universe for orchestrating perfect timing and circumstances. Respect offered to process itself, acknowledging its inherent intelligence. Humility cultivated through witnessing vastness of existence beyond human comprehension. You settle now into peaceful conclusion of this profound inward exploration. Closure achieved naturally, without forcing or rushing toward ending. Integration continues seamlessly bridging inner discoveries with outer application. Transformation solidifies, becoming permanent feature rather than temporary state. Evolution accelerates as momentum builds from breakthrough experienced today. You emerge changed fundamentally, yet essentially the same at deepest level. Same loving awareness animates form regardless of surface modifications occurring. Core essence remains UNCH, a NGED, Chinese letter, 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 Chinese letter. Identity rooted in truth, transcending temporary roles played in earthly theater. Purpose clarified through communion with highest aspects of self revealed. Direction confirmed by resonance, felt in heart when contemplating next steps. You rest in completion, trusting that all necessary has been accomplished here. Let the edges of your awareness begin to soften now. The sounds around you grow distant and muffled like memories. There is nothing urgent calling for your attention anymore. Nothing needs fixing or changing or completing right now. Just this quiet space where everything can simply be. Feel how your breathing naturally slows without effort. Each exhale carrying away the smallest pieces of tension. Your shoulders drop a little deeper into comfort. Your jaw unclenches softly, as if melting into warmth. Even your thoughts begin to drift like leaves on still water. There is no need to hold onto anything right now. Not the day that passed, nor the one approaching. Not the words spoken, nor those left unsaid. Everything finds its own gentle settling place here. In this moment, there is only safety and ease. The world continues spinning without requiring anything from you. Clocks tick forward, but time itself feels suspended. People move through their lives while you rest in stillness. This pause belongs entirely to you now. It asks nothing and offers everything at once. Notice how your heartbeat has found its own rhythm again, steady and unhurried like waves touching shore. There is no rush to speed up or slow down. Your body remembers what true rest feels like and gladly returns to this natural state of being. Let yourself sink a little deeper into this feeling, as if settling into thick, soft blankets made of calm. Every muscle fiber releases its tiny grip. Every cell seems to sigh with relief. You are becoming more present in your own presence. This is not sleep yet, but something even more precious. A conscious surrender to pure comfort, where mind and body align in perfect agreement. To simply exist without resistance or strain. To rest completely within your own care. Imagine your worries dissolving like sugar in warm tea, sweetening the experience rather than burdening it. Each concern loses its sharp edges here, becoming smooth pebbles that can be carried lightly or released entirely when they no longer serve. There is a quality of timelessness in this space, where minutes stretch and bend like taffy, where seconds might last forever or disappear altogether. You are neither early nor late for anything. You have arrived exactly where you need to be. Your nervous system begins to remember its original design, how to settle naturally after stimulation, how to reset without force or effort, how to return home to itself again and again. This wisdom lies deep within your physiology. Let the corners of your mouth lift slightly in recognition of how good it feels to finally arrive, of how familiar this piece actually is. Though you may have forgotten its face for a while, now you know exactly where to find it. The resonance moves through you like a gentle current, touching every part of you with invisible hands, kneading out knots you did not even realize were there, soothing places that have been quietly asking for attention. This healing does not require your conscious participation. Your body knows exactly what to do with this gift, how to absorb the comfort and integrate the calm, how to store this feeling in cellular memory so it can be accessed whenever needed. Trust this innate intelligence completely. Images may float through your mind like clouds, but they do not demand your focus or energy. They simply appear and fade without consequence, like boats passing by on a distant river. You watch them drift by without needing to follow. There is something deeply sacred about this permission to do absolutely nothing except receive, to contribute nothing except your willingness to rest. This is not laziness, but a different kind of productivity. The work of restoration happening beneath awareness. Your inner critic grows quieter with each passing moment, its voice softening from a shout to a whisper, then to barely audible breath, then to nothing at all, leaving only kindness behind. Feel how your spine naturally curves into comfort, as if melting into the shape of support itself. Your neck releases years of accumulated posture. Your chest opens slightly as tension evaporates. Breathing becomes even easier than before. This is what realignment feels like, when you are not trying to fix or change anything, but simply allowing your natural harmony to reassert itself, like a garden returning to bloom after winter, effortless and inevitable. The resonance continues its subtle work, threading through your awareness like golden light, illuminating spaces that were previously dim, bringing warmth to areas that felt disconnected, creating bridges between parts of yourself. You are becoming whole again in the quietest way, not through grand gestures or dramatic shifts, but through countless small reconciliations between breath and heartbeat, between thought and feeling. Let your eyelids grow heavier with each gentle cycle, not because you must close them, but because they want to, like flowers responding to evening light, closing naturally toward rest. There is no timeline for this unfolding, no schedule dictating when you should feel better. external measure of progress to achieve, only your internal compass guiding you home at exactly the right pace for you. The boundary between self and environment blurs gently, as if you are becoming part of the air itself, supported by the same forces that hold planets in orbit, carried by currents older than memory, connected to something vast and benevolent. Notice how your fingers relax completely now, releasing any unconscious gripping or holding. Your palms open like small offerings, ready to receive whatever comes next, or to remain empty in perfect contentment. This is what completion feels like. Not the end of something, but the fulfillment of it. When all parts come together in natural harmony, when movement finds its resting place, when doing transforms into being. The resonance works even when you are not aware of it, continuing its gentle restructuring while you sleep, while you walk through ordinary moments, while you tend to the practical details of life. Its effects ripple outward in widening circles. You carry this sanctuary within you always, not as a memory, but as living tissue, woven into your nervous system like silk, ready to be accessed whenever you remember, whenever you choose to return. Think of this piece as a favorite chair, always available in the corner of your awareness, worn perfectly to the shape of your comfort, waiting patiently for your next visit, knowing you will return when you are ready. There is no need to memorize these words or to understand exactly how this works. Your body comprehends far better than your mind, absorbing the essence and storing it safely for future reference when you need it most. Let your awareness expand to include everything: the room around you, the air within you, the space between thoughts, the pause between heartbeats, all of it part of one continuous field of presence, boundaries dissolving into unified experience. This is not escape, but integration, not avoidance, but deeper engagement with the full spectrum of your own existence, learning to rest within the storm and the calm, finding stability in constant change. The resonance does not judge what you bring to it, whether exhaustion or excitement, whether joy or sorrow. It meets you exactly where you are, offering exactly what you need. Feel how your pelvis settles into perfect balance, as if finding the exact center of gravity. Your weight distributed evenly and effortlessly. No part of you working harder than another. Everything supported in natural alignment. This is what homecoming feels like, when the wandering soul recognizes familiar territory, when the restless heart finds its harbor, when the searching mind discovers stillness, when all questions resolve into acceptance. The images continue drifting away like autumn leaves, floating past your peripheral vision, beautiful but unnecessary, softly falling into the compost of consciousness, nourishing the soil from which peace grows. You don't need to see anything clearly now. Your inner knowing guides you perfectly. Your body's wisdom leads the way. Your breath remains your faithful companion through every phase of this journey inward. Let your forehead smooth out completely now, releasing decades of unconscious frowning. The muscles of expression finally allowed to rest. Your entire face softening into neutrality, then into something approaching gentle contentment. This is what unconditional acceptance feels like. When you stop trying to manage or control, when you allow life to unfold as it will, trusting in the intelligence of existence itself, knowing that everything serves the greater whole. The resonance continues whether you notice or not, working in the background like your immune system, protecting and restoring without fanfare, healing wounds you never knew existed, preparing you for whatever comes next. You are becoming increasingly comfortable with comfort, no longer suspicious of ease or relaxation, recognizing them as birthrights rather than luxuries, allowing yourself to sink deeper into trust, into faith in your own capacity for healing. Let your legs grow heavy like tree roots, anchoring you firmly in the present moment, connecting you to the earth's steady pulse, reminding you that you belong here, that you are exactly where you need to be. This peace is not dependent on circumstances, not affected by weather or season, not diminished by external chaos. It exists independently of conditions, available whenever you remember to access it. Think of it like a favorite book on your shelf, always there when you want to revisit, worn perfectly from previous readings, full of passages that never get old, ready to comfort you whenever you return. There is no expiration date on this sanctuary, no limit to how often you can visit, no requirement to earn or deserve access. It belongs to you simply by virtue of existing and choosing to return here when you need. The resonance carries your highest intentions forward, even when you are not actively thinking about them, seeding your future with the peace you cultivate now, creating ripples that extend far beyond this moment, touching everyone and everything you encounter. Let your arms float weightlessly at your sides, free from the burden of gesture or action, simply present and available, ready for whatever comes next, or perfectly content to remain exactly as they are. This is what surrender looks like. Not giving up, but giving over. Not weakness, but profound strength. The courage to trust in larger forces. The wisdom to know when to let go. The boundary between self and sound begins to blur, as if you are becoming part of the resonance itself, vibrating at the same frequency as peace, tuned to the same wavelength as stillness, harmonizing with the deepest levels of your being. You don't need to understand how this works any more than you need to understand how your heart beats or how your lungs know when to breathe. Your body holds far more wisdom than your mind and responds beautifully to this kind of attention. Let your awareness contract and expand naturally, focusing tightly on the sensation of breath, then opening to encompass the entire room, then dissolving completely into pure presence, moving between states without effort or strain. This is what freedom feels like, not the absence of responsibility, but liberation from unnecessary suffering, the ability to respond rather than react, the spaciousness to choose your next move. The resonance works even when you forget about it, continuing its gentle restructuring during sleep, during conversations and daily activities, infusing ordinary moments with extraordinary peace, making healing a continuous process. You are learning to rest in the middle of things, not waiting for perfect conditions, not postponing peace until later, but accessing it right here in the midst of life, discovering that stillness exists everywhere. Let your feet feel rooted to the ground, as if growing directly from the earth itself, stable and secure regardless of surface conditions, connected to something ancient and reliable, drawing strength from the planet's steady spin. This peace travels with you wherever you go, packed invisibly in your cellular memory, ready to be activated by conscious intention. Like a portable sanctuary you carry within, always accessible no matter where you are. Think of it as a door that's always unlocked, leading to the quiet center of yourself, a refuge that requires no key or password, simply the willingness to step across the threshold and remember what true rest feels like. The resonance integrates seamlessly into your life, not demanding special time or space, not requiring complicated techniques or tools, but working continuously in the background, supporting your well-being at every level. You don't need to protect this peace from others or hide it away for private use only. It multiplies rather than diminishes when shared, spreading through contact like sunlight, touching everyone around you with its warmth. Let your awareness settle into the space between thoughts, where words cannot go and concepts dissolve. Pure presence without content or commentary, the silent witness to all experience, the unchanging backdrop for constant change. This is what eternal looks like, not something that lasts forever, but the recognition that some things never change. The steady pulse beneath the racing surface, the unmoving center of the spinning wheel. The resonance carries forward everything you need. Seeds of peace planted in fertile soil, ready to bloom when conditions are right. Not lost, but transformed into potential, waiting patiently for your next invitation. You are becoming increasingly skilled at returning, not because it's difficult, but because it's natural, like remembering the way to your childhood home, like recognizing the face of an old friend, like coming back to yourself again and again. Let your entire being resonate with this frequency, allowing every cell to vibrate in harmony, creating coherence between mind and body, between intention and manifestation, between who you are and who you're becoming. This peace is not fragile or delicate, not something that breaks easily, but solid and dependable like bedrock, capable of supporting any weight you place upon it. ready to hold you through any storm. Think of it as your internal weather system, generating calm regardless of external conditions, creating your own climate of tranquility, immune to the turbulence around you, centered in your own sphere of serenity. The resonance adapts to fit your unique needs, not imposing generic solutions, but responding specifically to your situation, tailored to your individual frequency, customized to your personal blueprint. You don't need to defend this space from intrusion or build walls to keep others out. It exists beyond the reach of external interference, protected not by barriers, but by its own nature, inviolable because it belongs entirely to you. The sounds, the silence, the space between them, the thoughts, the gaps where thoughts are absent, all experiences welcome in this V, a ST, Chinese letter, all sensations honored in their temporary nature. This is what completeness feels like, not having everything figured out, but accepting everything as it presents itself, embracing paradox without resolution, finding wholeness in the midst of fragmentation. The resonance continues its gentle work, weaving threads of peace throughout your being, creating tapestries of calm from scattered fragments, mending tears in the fabric of your experience, restoring integrity to your inner landscape. You are becoming a conduit for this peace, radiating tranquility without effort, transmitting stillness through simple presence, offering calm to anyone who comes near, sharing serenity as naturally as breathing. Let your consciousness soften like candlelight, warm and gentle rather than harsh and focused, illuminating without burning or consuming, creating atmosphere rather than spotlight, spreading comfort in all directions equally. This peace is not passive or inert, but alive and responsive, growing stronger with each conscious connection, deepening with every intentional return, evolving as you evolve. Think of it as your internal sanctuary, a chapel built within your own awareness, consecrated ground that cannot be violated, holy space dedicated to your highest good, always ready for your next pilgrimage inward. The resonance creates bridges between seeming opposites, uniting action with rest, merging effort with ease, harmonizing movement with stillness, resolving contradictions through higher perspective. You don't need to maintain this peace artificially or prop it up with constant attention. It sustains itself through its own momentum, grows stronger when you're not looking, deepens in proportion to your trust. Let your awareness dissolve into pure sensation, beyond labels or categories. Direct experience without interpretation, feeling without the need to name or claim, presence without the burden of understanding. This is what authenticity feels like. Not performing or pretending, but simply being exactly as you are, without masks or defenses, without apology or explanation. The resonance prepares you for whatever comes, not by predicting the future, but by strengthening your capacity to respond, building resilience through regular practice, creating flexibility in rigid patterns. You are becoming increasingly comfortable with mystery, not needing to understand everything, content to experience without explanation, happy to rest in questions rather than answers, embracing uncertainty as creative potential. Let your consciousness settle like sediment, the clearest water revealing what was hidden, disturbance settling to reveal true nature, turbidity transforming into transparency, chaos resolving into natural order. This peace is not separate from your daily life, but woven seamlessly into every activity, infusing ordinary moments with extraordinary grace, transforming routine into ritual, making sacred what seemed mundane. Think of it as your personal atmosphere, surrounding you like breathable peace, creating climate rather than just seeking shelter, generating calm instead of merely avoiding chaos, radiating tranquility from within outward. The resonance harmonizes your entire system, aligning chakras without technique, balancing energies without effort, integrating parts into seamless whole, creating symphony from scattered notes. You don't need to convince anyone else of this peace or prove its validity to skeptics. It speaks directly to your own experience, validates itself through direct knowing, requires no external confirmation. Let your awareness become completely transparent, like clear glass through which light passes freely, without obstruction or distortion, without agenda or preference, simply allowing everything to be as it is. This is what liberation feels like. Not escaping from life, but embracing it fully. Not rejecting experience, but accepting it completely. Not avoiding difficulty, but meeting it with presence. Not fearing change, but dancing with transformation. The resonance continues whether you acknowledge it or not, like the moon glowing in daylight, present even when unseen, active even when ignored, effective even when doubted. You are becoming a master of your own sanctuary, not through control, but through relationship, not through force, but through familiarity, not through achievement, but through acceptance, not through effort, but through embodiment. Let your entire being resonate with completion, not finality, but fulfillment, not ending, but integration, not conclusion, but continuation, not closure, but connection. This peace is always here waiting for you, like a favorite chair by the window, like a door that's always unlocked, like a song you never forget, like coming home after a long journey. The resonance carries everything forward, not as memory, but as living presence, not as idea, but as actual experience, not as concept, but as felt reality, not as theory, but as proven truth. Think of it like breathing, something you never lose access to, something that continues whether you think about it, or not something that sustains you automatically, something that connects you to life itself. The resonance works even when you sleep, continuing its gentle restructuring, repairing what needs repair, restoring what needs restoring, preparing you for tomorrow's possibilities. You don't need to schedule time for this peace or set aside special moments for connection. It integrates naturally into your routine, flows seamlessly through your activities, infuses every moment with potential. Let your consciousness expand to infinite horizon, beyond boundaries or limitations, beyond definitions or descriptions, beyond fears or expectations, beyond anything that could contain it. This is what freedom truly means. Not escape from responsibility, not rejection of life, but embrace of it. Not avoidance of challenge, but meeting it with grace. The resonance prepares you for whatever unfolds, not by removing obstacles, but by strengthening your capacity to navigate, not by eliminating difficulties, but by increasing your resilience. You are becoming increasingly skilled at presence, like recognizing the taste of your mother's cooking, like hearing your name called in a crowded room, like finding your way home in unfamiliar territory. Let your awareness settle into perfect stillness, not emptiness, but fullness, not absence, but presence, not void, but vessel, not nothing, but everything. This peace is not dependent on external conditions, not affected by weather or season, not diminished by chaos or confusion, not increased by calm or clarity. It simply is what it is. Think of it as your internal compass, always pointing toward true north, guiding you through uncertainty, orienting you WHEN, Chinese letter, Chinese letter, Chinese letter, Chinese letter, leading you home to yourself. The resonance creates space for transformation, not forcing change, but allowing it, not pushing growth, but nurturing it, not demanding evolution, but supporting it, not controlling outcome, but trusting process. You don't need to defend this space from doubt or protect it from criticism. It stands on its own validity, confirms itself through direct experience, requires no external validation. Let your consciousness dissolve into pure awareness, beyond subject and object, beyond observer and observed, beyond seeker and sought, beyond questioner and questioned. This is what enlightenment feels like. Not a destination, but a way of traveling. Not an achievement, but a recognition. Not a possession, but a perspective. Not a state, but a stance. Whether you notice or not, whether you believe or not, whether you remember or not, like a seed that never stops growing, like a flame that never burns out, like a spring that never runs dry, like a door that's always unlocked. Whenever you need to return to this feeling, it will be waiting for you, like a favorite blanket, like a familiar song, like coming home. Peace. until we meet again in the quiet.